What's up, everybody? How are you today? It is Making Moves with Michael. Let's get that awesome little intro going, which is gonna play right about now, or not. Well, that's just the way it goes. And there it is, the awesome take action intro video for Making Moves with Michael. Yes, it is Monday. I'm here live. It is 1:30. I'm live on your LinkedIn. I'm live on your Facebook. I'm live on your YouTube. And I'm curious, where are you right now? Where are you right now? It's Monday. It's February 20. Oh my goodness, I should have known this already. 4th. I got it. It is Monday, February 24th, 2025. It's 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Where are you right now? I know you're not here live with me. That's all right. That's all right. I don't blame you. I just put these things out. I want to make sure that I put this content out to help you wherever you are in your entrepreneurial journey. And the reason why I put this out is for my own personal branding. That's what we're speaking about today on Making Moves with Michael. Your own personal branding, and you're watching it in the flesh right now. You're watching me do my own personal branding. Everything you see me do right now is part of a personal branding persona that I decided on, that I made decisions on with Katie Haynes of Haynes Marketing and Media, with Merritt Minimeyer, Master of One Coaching, people in my influential circle who have helped me develop what my personal brand is and who am I. And so I'm going to help you with that. So for some context to what I'm talking about, Making Moves with Michael. Why did I come up with this? The shirts that I wear, kindness will save the world, or be kind, or you are the change, or love, or all these other shirts. Why do I wear those shirts? Why do I have a live show on Mondays and on Thursdays? That's the shining light. Why do I have a Take Action Mastermind call every second Wednesday of the month at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time? Jump on the Zoom, people. We got an awesome one coming up in March. I'm not promoting those. Well, I am. But my point is, why do I have all of that stuff? Because it's all part of my personal brand. It's so that you know some of my values in the shirts that I wear. You know my values. It's you know what I am good at, which is public speaking, which is why I speak. This is why I share these messages. When you scroll through my social media and you see these different quotes that we put out, or public speaking tips that I have, or interviews that I've done, is so that you know what I'm doing. You know what I stand for in terms of the quotes. You know the kind of people I'm interviewing. In other words, putting me in the light of being a host or being a moderator or a panelist. When I'm putting public speaking tips out for workshops, or doing this where it's like so that you know to hire me for keynoting events or for workshops or facilitating something. This is all part of my personal brand. I'm taking what I'm good at, my gifts, the things that I've been working on, the skills I've been working on, and I'm putting them out there in a way that resonates with you. And so today I want to help you build your own personal brand. And of course, we're going to go through it as with an acronym. And so the acronym today is so simple. It's straight up brand. That's what it is. BRAND. It's so easy. I have it on my screen over here. So I'm going to be peeking over there every now and then. So you'll see my eyes go like that. So part of one of my brand values is integrity. And that's why I shared that with you, because I want you to know that this isn't coming off the top of my head. I made some notes about it previously. I'm actually setting up for a webinar about this, a long form webinar for SCORE that I'll be doing very soon. It's going to be about 45 minutes long. So you could DM me or email me to learn more about that webinar. But I'll be doing a longer version of this. But this is just a taste. I wanted you to taste it. So let's get into this. Brand. What does the B stand for? It stands for be authentic. So everything I shared with you about myself has to be true for me. It has to be something that is bringing out my truth, right? It's not putting something in saying you need to be this or you need to do that, and then that becomes my truth. Maybe there's some skills that I need to learn in order to highlight or accentuate my truth, but it has to come from within. It has to be me. When we talk about our authentic selves, it has to come from within. So, as an example for me with public speaking, I always wanted to be on stage. I always wanted to be a performer. So that came from within. This, what you're watching right now, came from within. This is authentically me. No one said to me, Michael, if you want to become a great great communicator or facilitator, you need to do shows like this. Nobody said that to me. I want to do this. But what was something I had to do? I became a Toastmaster about 8 years ago. I practiced my public speaking. I've taken public speaking courses. I've had public speaking coaches. I've had all sorts of different coaches helping me with my public speaking journey. So it's not to say that just because it comes from within, we can't get outside help and that takes away from our truth. That adds to our truth. That makes our truth more valuable. So that's so important. So you have to be authentic. Your brand, your personal brand, has to come from within. It has to be part of your values. Something I just did with my coach recently was went over my business values, but my business is called Michael Esposito Inc. So my business values and Michael's values, they're about the same, people. So they're about the same, but I have to know what my values are if I'm going to be authentic. So in your personal brand, what are your values? And do they align, like I just did, do they align with the business that you're representing? Do they align with the business that you're building? You want to make sure these values align. Otherwise, you're going to be in incongruency, which leads to anxiety. You know, when we go back to living in harmony, it leads to anxiety. All right, I got to push through here. All right, let's get to refining your message, the R in brand. You have to refine your message. You have to know what it is. In some of my public speaking trainings, I've gone through your mission statement or your vision statement or your elevator pitch, all these different ways of calling it. But you have to know what your message is, and it has to be crystal clear. So for me, I'm a communicator. I'm an executive coach. I help people unravel all of the stuff that's in their brains and execute on it. Now, that's not exactly how I say it in a networking setting, but that's how I'm sharing it with you. I'm very clear as to how I help people, and I help a lot of different people, and that's why it's not as clear to you, because I'm kind of speaking broadly. But if I'm speaking to you as just an entrepreneur, just a regular entrepreneur, I'm meeting you at a networking event, I would say to you, hey, look, you have the skills, you have all of the knowledge in your industry, and what I do as an executive coach is I hold the space for you to be able to make the best decisions for your business and guide you through that process. Sometimes, if you want, I hold you accountable in order for you to have the intrinsic motivation to execute and surpass your goals. So that's how I would say it in a very quick one-to-one entrepreneur. But then I have my workshops and I have my keynotes. So there, I have a different message for each, but you need to be able to know what that message is in each of those areas and have a refined message for that that's crystal clear to the person you're speaking to or to the audience you're speaking with. It has to be crystal clear. The next one is amplify your presence. In brand, the A is amplify. Get it out there. Amplify your presence. Get into your LinkedIn profile. Go into your About Me. Clean that stuff up. Clean up your old resume that's on there. Even if you're an entrepreneur and you think it doesn't matter, it matters. Your experiences matter. Even if you're an entrepreneur and you just started your business today and you don't want anybody to know that you worked at some grocery store or some deli or something that you think is going to make you feel like it's less than. First of all, none of that is less than. All of those experiences are transferable that help you be the entrepreneur that you are today. So let's say you are a cashier, which, by the way, I've been behind the register. I've been a cashier. It's on my resume. It's on my resume, people. It's on my LinkedIn profile. It's right there. So I've been a cashier. I've been in those different spaces. And I'm going to tell you right now, all of those skills are transferable to be able to think on the spot, to be able to speak with someone while you're doing something else in terms of multitasking, which we know that the brain doesn't really operate well in that function there, but doing it right, to be able to understand what it's like to be in that position is a transferable skill. Absolutely. So you want to amplify your presence online, clean up your social media, clean up your LinkedIn, clean up all of that stuff, and then start broadcasting. Broadcast. Look, maybe you don't want to speak like this. Maybe you don't want to get on it and have your own little live show of making moves with whoever you are, right? Making moves with the amazing entrepreneur that you are. Maybe you're not ready for that yet, and that's okay. But you could do it in different ways. You could share pictures of different things that align with your personal brand, that align with the mission of what you're trying to accomplish in terms of your personal brand. You can share quotes. You can share different messages of inspiration. You can share all sorts of different things as long as they align with your personal brand and you do it consistently and you do it on a regular basis. There's a reason why I put out social media posts every single day, and it's so that I am consistent. It's not so that you like every single one of them. It's not so that you read every single one of them. Although, if you read every single one of them and you like every single one of them, kudos to you, and I love you. But if you don't, that's okay. I do it so that I'm consistent with my personal brand, which, by the way, if you're hiring me, you also know that I'm consistent. You know what to expect from me. I look at my social media presence as a library of my work. Of if anybody needs to know what I do, they can simply go to my social media and they could learn about me through my social media. They could watch these videos, they could read my quotes, they could read all of my social media posts, and then go, okay, I know what this person does. His personal brand is aligning with the work that he's pitching to us. Next one is network with intention. That's the N in brand. Network with intention. Ooh, I love that one. Intentionality is so important when networking. The reason why is that so many of us show up to networking events. And by the way, I know this really well because I've been a chamber board president or chamber chair, whatever you want to call it. I have been a huge networker in our different chambers of commerces, in our business alliances, in all sorts of different areas. I've gone to many, many networking events. And something that I hear very often is, I don't know what to do when I get there. And I'm going to tell you right now why you don't know what to do when you get there, or who to speak with when you get there, or you feel uncomfortable when you get there. It's because you have no intentionality when you're networking. So if you go there with an intention, then it's going to be a lot easier. And I'm going to make a very simple intention for you that you're going to be like, whoa, wait a second, that's all I have to do. And I promise you, it's going to be so simple. It's the intention I go into every networking meeting with. So if I go to a networking event, this is my intention. I'm going to meet 1 to 3 people tonight. Now, for me, the people are different in every single one of them. You know, I mentioned executive coaching. So if I'm going to, let's say, a Chamber of Commerce meeting, executive coaching would make a lot of sense for me to have a conversation with people. So to me, it would be, I'm going with the intention to meet 1 to 3 executives, CEOs, C-suite type of members. If I'm having that, or entrepreneurs, of course, right? If I'm having conversations with those 4 types of people, at least one to 3 of those 4 types of people, I'm having conversations with them that are, they don't have to be about selling my goods or products or services. They don't have to be about them selling to me. Just getting to know them, just getting to know each other, exchanging our contact information. I get 1 to 3 of those conversations. That could happen in the first hour. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. So network with intentionality. And, you know, so for your business, wherever it is in terms of networking, go there with an intention. Go there with an intention to meet maybe a certain number of people. Don't ever overwhelm yourself, right? Go there with an intention to maybe have a conversation with someone about your product or service. Maybe that's the intention. Or to me, really, like the way that I teach sales, is through relationships. So for me, it's so simple. It's like, go there with the intention of establishing a new relationship. 1 new relationship, not even 3, just 1. Go there with the intention to get 1 new relationship on the board, right? Or at least the start of 1 new relationship. When you do that, like, just think about a relationship. A relationship is simply just being there with someone. It's empathizing with someone. It's listening to someone. That's all it is. That's the start of a relationship. Think of any relationship that you have that's great. It's because the person might have listened to you, or you might have listened to the person, and you empathized with each other and you gave each other time. You didn't rush each other out of the conversation and said, oh, I got to meet 10 more people tonight. No, I met you and I built a bond and a relationship with you. And that's what's important. And that's a great intention to go in with. Let's go to the next one. The last one, the D in brand. And that is deliver your value. In your personal brand, it has to showcase what you do. It has to deliver value to your audience, to the people you're speaking to. And so I hope for you that, and I'm using myself as an example here, I hope for you that my Making Moves with Michael, my Shining Light video podcast show, the Michael Esposito Show, my podcast that I do. I hope that my LinkedIn posts and my Instagram posts and my Facebook posts that have quotes and different tips and strategies and beautiful pictures on them, I hope that all of those are delivering value to you. Now, to me, I know they're delivering value. If they are or they aren't to you, that's going to be your choice. But they're delivering value. And if you look at each one of those things that I just named to you, the reason, and also, by the way, my mastermind call that happens every second Wednesday of the month at 11 a.m. On Zoom. If those deliver value to you, that's great. But what I'm trying to say here, the reason why I'm using these as examples here is so that you recognize that every single one of those things showcase what I do. Every single one of those things showcase what I do. They show me as a public speaker. I want to get keynotes, right? So I want you to see me as a public speaker. So I'm giving you all of this content, all of this valuable information through me speaking, so that if you're hosting an event or hiring a keynoter, you could see me speak. So it's part of my personal brand. What I'm selling is part of my personal brand without even pitching it, right? If you're hiring me to do a workshop in your organization, or you're looking for someone to do a workshop in your organization, here I am doing a workshop. I'm doing a mini workshop for you right now. In Making Moves, I'm doing this for about 10, or it's usually about half an hour, right? So in Making Moves, I'm doing a 30-minute live show. So this is live. By the way, you're watching the recording. I know you are, because there's nobody here with me, right? You're watching the recording, but this is being recorded live. I'm live right now. I'm streaming right now. So I'm doing this as part of my personal brand, so that anybody who's watching this that wants to hire me for workshops or as a facilitator or a panelist knows that I'm able to speak right on the spot live. And I'm able to teach strategies and ideas and frameworks right on the spot live with almost no notes. I say almost because there is a screen up there that says brand, be authentic, refine your message, amplify your presence, network with intention, deliver value. Yes, there is a screen up there with that. But that's it for notes, people. That's it. There's no other notes. There's Michael, his experiences, and what he knows about personal branding. And I'm sharing that to you through a framework. And so if you're a workshop facilitator, you're seeing that based in these different arenas that I'm sharing that. That's part of my personal brand. And then same thing with my posts, is that if you're hiring me as an executive coach and all the rest, keynoter and all the rest, in my posts, in my pictures, in my quotes, in the tips, in my website. By the way, I didn't even talk about website. In my website, all of it is congruent in my personal brand and what I sell and what I do. You know that if you go on my social media, if you go on my website, you know that I teach public speaking. You know that I teach sales. You know that I'm a workshop facilitator. You know that I'm a keynoter. You know that I'm an executive coach. You know how I do all of those things? You know you kind of know how much it all costs, because it's kind of tailored also to the different events and the different things. But my coaching pricing is out there. My workshop pricing is on there. Okay. So all of that is very transparent and in congruency. My personal brand and my business brand are all in congruency with each other. And I think that if I leave you with anything now, which I am, if I leave you with anything now in terms of personal branding, is that you really want it to be congruent with your business. If you don't own the business and you're working for someone, you want to find how your personal brand can really speak to what they have. And if it really doesn't align, I'm not asking you to shoehorn people, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I'm going to tell you, if it doesn't align, you're going to have a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress. If your personal brand, your personal values do not align with that of the business that you're working at or that you're creating, it's going to cause a lot of stress, a lot of discomfort, a lot of anxiety, a lot of trouble in other areas of your life. And so I can't tell you, or I can, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do in this instance, but it's definitely worth a conversation with me, that's for sure. And that just came out because, I feel for you in that moment, because I've experienced that, and it doesn't feel good when you live like that. I know that right now I'm living within harmony of my business and of my personal brand and my business. And that's what makes me excited to do Making Moves with Michael on a Monday over here. All right, everyone. I want to thank you so much for watching this Making Moves with Michael. If you want to learn more about building out your personal brand, I got a 45-minute workshop webinar that I'm doing for the non-for-profit SCORE. That's also part of I did that. I said that intentionally because that's part of my personal brand is that I work with non-for-profits. So that's part of my branding is giving back. So that was just a quick example for you of like how you see I'm aligned with so many non-for-profits is because part of my business model is to give back. So that's part of my personal branding. But anyway, back to it. If you want to learn more, March 5th at March 5th at 1 p.m. I will be doing a live webinar on your own on building your personal brand. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be fun. I try to make these kinds of things interactive and fun. So if you're there, jump on it with me. It's going to be amazing. Also, the bike ride is happening, people. Pedal for Purpose is happening, raising money for the people in Haiti. Myself, Dave Hills, several other people that I'm talking with right now. The excitement is brewing right now. We got some meetings on the calendar about Pedal for Purpose. It's happening more than likely May 31st. It's a Saturday. It's going to be an all-day event. We're riding from Poughkeepsie, New York, down to New York City to raise money and raise awareness for the people in Haiti. And then finally, join me in my mastermind community, the Take Action community, every second Wednesday of the month. We have our mastermind coming up. Oh my goodness, I don't have my calendar in front of me and I am lost without a calendar, but I will have this to you in literally 3, 2, 1. Here it goes. Mastermind is taking place on March 12th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via Zoom. And we have an amazing host who is just huge in all he does. You could check it out. DM me if you want to get one of our Take Action Eventbrite links. Spots are limited. We're only allowing 30 people in the room. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great event. This has been Making Moves with Michael. Thanks for joining me today. Stay happy and stay healthy. And I'll see you Thursday because we have the Shining Light coming on and we got another great guest. That's Thursday at 1 o'clock. See you all, everybody. Bye. Thanks for joining me today.